Hey, it's Darlene, and today I'm working on this Pink Fresh Studio stencils. They're layered stencils. It's a set of 5, and to make that really pretty flower wreath. What I just pointed out right now is on the corner, on all 4 corners of each of the stencils, there's little tick marks, and they're L's or 7s, depending on which way you look at it. So you know that those stencils are going to be lined up perfectly every time you use them. And they are lined up for a 5.5 by 4.25 piece of cardstock, or whatever it is that you're going to be working on. So, and they're also numbered. So this is stencil number 1, and I'm just adding the colors. And you can see there that I'm using magnets to hold them down, but really it's such a small stencil that if you didn't have a magnet board like I do, you can really just hold it down with your fingers, or even like maybe like a post-it note or washi tape kind of thing in the corners, or like masking tape. That would be fine. I'm using a variety of tools to put down the inks. Right now I'm using the finger dauber, and with these large flowers or larger flowers, you can see that I added a little bit more ink in the center. So I'm actually adding another layer within that same stencil, and you can see it there. You see how the centers are just a little bit darker than the entire petal. And then each of these stencils are what you're doing. You're adding different layers onto the flowers or the leaves to add shading and things like that. And it just makes it so much easier, and there's no guesswork. And the thing that's fun about these, or that I think is fun, is as you're lifting up each stencil, you get a little sneak peek of how your final project is going to be. I'm using gold for the center of my flowers, which I think really adds a touch of shine. And so I really like the way that turned out. So yeah, it's just really kind of, like I said, going through each one. I decided I needed a little bit more ink on those, and that's why I placed that back down. And it is just a lot of fun. And this is the first time I played with this. I've been wanting to buy these type of stencils, but there's just so many out there, and it was really hard to choose. And this time I went to a scrapbooking store. Yes, I said a scrapbooking store. I know you don't see many of those anymore, but they had just a ton of stuff, not just scrapbooking, but just all kinds of things like this and stamps. And so I saw them and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to buy some. So I bought this one and another one, which I really love too. And I'm sure you'll see a project with that later. But yeah, it's actually really easy, and you come up with this gorgeous, gorgeous looking floral image. So I hope you like it, and if you do, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already, hit that subscribe button below. I'll also have down below the link to my blog, which will my blog post, which will identify each of the sentiment that I'm using, and also the stencil pack, so you can click directly on where to get those. And you'll also see the final project of the card. I will admit that I really messed up when I was finishing the card, which you don't see on this video, but you'll kind of see how I fixed my oops. What I'm doing right now is I'm trimming this paper down to 4 by 5.25, just so I can put it on a card base. I'm adding some black pearl drops just to add some fun and a little bit of color, because I have that black ink for the sentiment. I didn't want it to stand out too much, but I just really love the card. I hope you do too. And if you do, like I said, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already, just hit that subscribe button below. Thanks, and have a great day. And I'll see you next week. Bye.